So House Democrats rested their case against Donald Trump yesterday with the lead impeachment manager urging senators to exercise, quote, common sense and warning of what could happen if Trump is not convicted.
If we don't draw the line here, what's next? What makes you think the nightmare with Donald Trump and his lawmaking and violent mobs is over? If we let him get away with it, and then it comes to your state capitol, or it comes back here again, what are we going to say?
You know, I'm not afraid of Donald Trump running again in 4 years. I'm afraid he's going to run again and lose, because he can do this again. When you or I make a mistake and something very bad happens, we would show remorse. We would accept responsibility. President Trump didn't do any of that. He was asked by a reporter, quote, what is your role in what happened at the Capitol? What is your personal responsibility? And this was his response.
My speech and my words and my final paragraph, my final sentence, and everybody to the T thought it was totally appropriate.
On January 12th, President Trump had seen the violent attack on the Capitol. He knew the people that died. And his message to all of us was that his conduct was totally appropriate. I'm a former prosecutor, and we're trained to recognize lack of remorse. But it doesn't take a prosecutor to understand that President Trump was not showing remorse. He was showing defiance. He was telling us that he would do this again, that he could do this again.
You know, there were times, Willie, that I would walk in and out of the room with TV was on, the impeachment arguments were being made, and I just shrugged my shoulders going, are we really pretending? Are we really pretending that a case has to be made? Because everybody that was watching yesterday, every one of these senators, they all know the basics. They know that that mob came to Washington, D.C. because of one person, because of Donald Trump.
They've been there the whole time.
Because he had called them to Washington, D.C. They also, we also know, and everybody that's in the Senate understands, that his intention all along was to disrupt the proceedings. That's why we learned this week there was a permit for his speech, and he changed it to his speech, and then a march for the mob up to the Capitol. And then we understand while the riots, while the insurrection, while the cop killing was going on, he was watching with glee as the Trump terrorists were brutalizing police with American flags and breaking through windows and threatening the lives of Mike Pence and other members that were inside that building. We learned also that he talked to Tommy Tuberville, who said Mike Pence has just been taken out. And so he said, I can't talk to you, Mr. President, because Mike Pence and everybody was in danger. 10 minutes after that, he tweets an attack against Mike Pence to put him more in danger, to put his life more in danger, to put his wife's life more in danger, to put his family's life more in danger while they were chanting, hang Mike Pence. And of course, we understand what happened after, that the president has shown time and again utter remorseless for all that has happened here. So why are we having this trial? We're having this trial because some Republicans actually care more about their political careers than they do this republic of ours. That's why. It just comes down to that.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And the evidence was overwhelming. The presentation was comprehensive. But we knew a lot of this beforehand. It was damning beforehand. And now, as you just laid out, we have all this new information that only bolsters the case. And if you did a blind test and said, this is President X, if you were a United States Senator and you heard all this evidence, is there any doubt that the vote would be unanimous to convict? None. If this were Barack Obama, God forbid, if it were Bill Clinton, if Hillary Clinton had become president, don't you think it would have been unanimous from Republican senators just based on the evidence? Instead, you have Republicans coming out again yesterday, reiterating that they are going to vote to acquit, that this is a waste of time, that the proceedings are offensive, that they're showing the videos too many times of the attack that day, that it's getting gratuitous. Complaints about the presentation that's being made. You had 3 Republican senators, jurors, mind you, Joe, Mike Lee, Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, meeting with defense counsel last night. They said they were talking about process and how the next day was going to work. Those are 3 jurors meeting with former President Trump's attorneys.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.